everybody. Good morning, good day, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're doing good today and hope you're ready to do some makeup. Yeah. So, first I'm going to use my favorite makeup removal, Bioterm. I love this stuff. As I mentioned before, it doesn't leave an oil resin afterwards. It's just clear and you can just take it off, no biggie. But often the previous night I never really take off the makeup completely. I always just take it off a little bit, so it's part of the reason why you still see some leftover makeup, but no big deal. So how's everybody doing? Did you guys have a wonderful weekend? I hope you did. I tell you, the time flies. What do you guys think about time? Do you ever look back and think, oh my gosh, where did all that time go? Well, I tell you where it went. It went up in the sky. No, just kidding. Yeah, time flies, unfortunately, especially when you're having fun. Are you guys having fun? Are you living your life to its fullest? Are you doing everything you want to do? Did you guys make your resolution for the year 2021? Well, now is the time. It is not too late, I must say. You know, for me, I just made up my mind to just do it, you know. I think there's always like reasons why, why you can't get started, whether it be making YouTube videos or, getting that degree or that extra degree or learning a new task. There's always reasons, and there always will be reasons. Sometimes you just have to start it and just go for it and not put too much thought into it. I mean, of course you have to put some thought into it, but I mean, there's always going to be something, So it's always been my motto to just do it. I've been wanting to make YouTube videos forever, and I always had a reason why I never started it. And then I decided, you know what? Let me just go ahead and try it. Let me just do it. My concept is being me. How about that? And sometimes you just have to do it, What about is there a trip you want to, book and you just haven't done it yet because you're just thinking this and that and, maybe this isn't going to work out. Just book it. Just do it, Just do it, and the worst case worse, it doesn't work out. But at least you can say, I did it. I tried. I put the effort to doing it, So guys, I'm going to start with my, doing my eyebrows. And of course, as you know, I'm going to use my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. I'm going to draw out my eyebrows. Yes, I can tell you one time, that was like, oh gosh, when was that? That was, I guess, it was eight years ago. 8 years ago. And I've been wanting to go to Paris to hang out for, to celebrate my birthday in Paris. So, of course I have kids. I have small kids. And so, I was thinking, how I'm going to do it. And I just booked it. I just did it. I didn't have no idea if my husband at the time had to work. I just decided to put me first and just do it. And sometimes you just have to do that. Just have to think about yourself, unfortunately, because nobody else will, you know? And, you know, if you really want something to work out, it will work out, you know? And here was the secret. I didn't tell nobody. I told nobody. Well, actually, I told my oldest daughter, or my second to oldest daughter then, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to Paris. You wanna come with? I've already got the ticket. And she's like, oh, I wanna go too. So I was like, okay, done. I'll get you a ticket too. All right, so now I'm gonna use Brow Val Conditioning Primer. That's the next one. Yeah, so I booked a ticket for her and booked the hotel, and I didn't tell nobody nothing. That's a secret. When you do something, don't tell nobody. Really, literally, nobody. Keep it for yourself. It's the best. And why I say that, because you're always gonna have a naysayer. Somebody who comes and, you know, doubts if it's gonna work out, you know, be negative, and they might not mean it intentionally. They might want you to think about it. But then that kind of, you know, brings you down, and then you're like, maybe I shouldn't do it. You know, whereas if you just did it, and then perhaps maybe the last day, then you can tell them, well, I did it, you know, and I'm leaving tomorrow. What are they gonna say? Have fun, you know. At that moment, at that time, it's already too late for them to come and start looking up the reasons why it's not going to work out, you know. So I just say do it, you know. With classes, the same thing. If there's something you want to learn, don't put too much thought into why it's not going to work out. Put the thought into it's going to work out, you know. You got to already say it's going to work out. Yes. Yeah, it's going to work out, you know. And that's pretty much how I go through my life, or I try to follow it, you know. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I also have my doubts, but most of the time I just do it. Impulse, spontaneous. I guess that's always been somewhat of my personality, to be somewhat spontaneous. Oh, by the way, I'm using Sephora. This is it's a brand from Sephora, and I like this Sephora brand for the eyebrows. It's a gel, and I like using that because it reminds me a lot of Yves Saint Laurent, which is Couture Brow, which is normally what I use, but unfortunately, I have not been able to find it nowhere here in Europe. I don't know. Perhaps they're discontinuing it. But up to now, I mean, the Sephora brand is very similar to Yves Saint Laurent. And I had spoken to one of the sales representatives from Sephora, and she was like, it's basically the same ingredients, and she's right. And it's cheaper, so why not? Yes, so anywho, getting back to learning, you know, taking that class, just take it, just do it, you know. You'll figure it out. You always do, right? You know? And don't tell nobody. Not even your best friend. Just keep it for yourself and be happy for yourself inside. It's the best. I mean, really. Okay, so my next step, I'm going to use my MAC brush. And I guess it's the number 205 or 265 or 266. It's hard to read, but basically looks like this. And I use this brush for shaping up my eyebrows. And I use Studio Finish Concealer Cachet SPF 35. And this is the color NC45. Basically, I use that to shape my eyebrows so they don't look kind of messy, because I know right now they're looking a bit Angry Bird-like. So this is basically for cleaning up. Yeah, so, you know, make that your resolution. I mean, honestly, I think it's kind of corny, you know, in one sense. You know, you have to wait until the beginning of the year to set goals. You can do that every day, every month. You know, that can be a goal as far as setting goals. You shouldn't wait until New Year's before you actually start doing things or getting things done. You know, if you want to lose weight, then set it already as soon as possible. Don't wait to another year. I mean, I don't think I know, 2020 showed everybody that the next day isn't promised, you know. You might not have that tomorrow, you know, so why not just go ahead and do it and just live, you know. Just start it, do it, you know, set your goals, write them down, you know. I believe like when you write your goals down and then you set dates, you know, you actually do them. You know, you can look on your goal sheet and you can follow up to see, you know, if you accomplished it, you know. And here's another key point. You can set short-term goals and you can set long-term goals. And your long-term goals can be something big, like, I don't know, perhaps moving to a different, a sunny country or sunny area, or, you know, buying a new car, or, I don't know, something big. And then your short-term goal can be, you know, just starting in the fitness studio, you know. Starting a fitness studio, and maybe you can set a small goal, like, you know, in 2 weeks I want to, you know, be 2 kilos or 2 pounds lighter. You know, those are short-term goals, because those are things that you can accomplish, and then you can see, you know, your what's the word I want to use? I'm sorry, guys. I've been living in Germany for a very long time, so sometimes I'm just missing the words. But you can see your progress. There we go, progress. You can see your progress and how you developed, you know. I personally like short-term goals a lot. I mean, of course, I have my long-term goals, like where I want to be, but I like the short-term goals because, you know, like I said, you can see your progress immediately, and then you get excited, and then you pat yourself on the back, and you're like, yes, I did it. Yeah. You know? What else could be a short-term goal? Short-term goal could be just signing up for the class, you know? That alone is a big progress. You know, most people, you know, sometimes they put this pressure on themselves, you know, like, yeah, I signed up, but I didn't do this and do that. You know, for me, that's already, you know, that's a little progress. You know, they're like baby steps, you know, and I think everybody needs to be able to get that pat on the back after just making the effort, because oftentimes the hardest part is just to start. And when you start and you see those little short-term goals and you can check them off, you're like, yes, you know. And then eventually those small Small steps will turn into big steps, you know. But I must say, I have to give another pointer. When you start those goals, what I mentioned before, do not tell anybody. And another point, hang out with people who are going to elevate you. That's so important. Hang out with people who are positive and not negative. Hang out with people who are at your goal or who has a similar goal to yours. Of course, you don't have to tell them, but you know, hang out with people who are somewhat already there so you can get motivated, you know, inspired. Because I tell you, if you're hanging out with negative people, you too will have that negative mindset. You too will start just like, yeah, you'll be like negative, you know, even though that's not your character. But my mom used to always say, birds of a feather flock together. Does anybody know that saying? Oh gosh, my mom was always coming with me or coming to me and giving me her little, I don't know, how would you say, these little small, well, birds of the feather flock together, or you can't lead a horse and make them eat or drink. That's it, you know. But now that I'm older and I can look back, I'm like, dog, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, guys, so now I'm going to use MAC Strobe Cream. And what color is this? Again, this is the color Gold Light. This is the box, and this is the cream. And I use this as a base before putting on my foundation. Yeah, just starting. That makes a whole lot of difference, you know? And you must be patient with yourself. Patience is a virtue. Very much so. I can tell you, oh my goodness, it makes a difference when you're patient. If you're not patient, then that's how you get get setbacks and then get frustrated and want to give up. Patience is important, and small baby steps. Small baby steps. You know, just think of yourself being like a baby. No baby was ever able to get up and just walk. That baby had to crawl and then take little baby steps. Okay, guys, so next I'm going to use my Pro Longwear Concealer in the color NC45. So, little baby steps. Another thing is, you know, say you have a goal and then you jump full into it, right? You jump full into it and you're all excited. I think that's good, but I also believe that it can also hinder you in the same token, because you started it and you got it going, but the moment something goes wrong, then you fall down and then you get like, I don't feel like it, or maybe you're like, I just want to give up. And that's why I say taking baby steps and starting off slowly is the best for getting your goals completed. You know? Like I said, think of yourself as like a baby. Most babies have to crawl. And in the beginning, you can't really mess up on crawling, which is actually the same as taking those little baby steps towards your goal. You can't really mess up if you just sign up for the class, you know. You can't go wrong there, you know. Next step, you order the books. Can't go wrong there. Those are small steps. So, oh, by the way, I'm using my beauty blender. Okay, so now I'm going to apply my other concealer from Huda Beauty, and I put that here in the eyeshadow area. I use it as a base. So, and I'm going to use my 195 MAC brush. It's kind of flat. It's a concealer brush. And as you see, it's full of concealer because I use it on a daily basis. Yes, so start off slow. Don't dive into it. I mean, of course, you know, the time is running, but, you know, always remember the time will always run. It will always fly. But I think the worst is to rush into things and it, you know, doesn't work out. It won't work out, you know. Take your time, start your goal, and set dates. Setting dates like, okay, by this date I want to have this done, you know. And look at your goals every single day to see if it worked out, you know. And reward yourself. Do something fun. Spoil yourself. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Start slowly. Just start. And don't become a procrastinator. I know. We all done it. I've done it too. Done it for the longest. But then I decided to change and just go for it, you know. Set those goals. And as I was saying before, you know, after each goal you accomplish, spoil yourself. That's right, I said spoil yourself. Why not? It's just like, like I said, think of yourself as a kid. You know, you made those grades that you wanted to make. Or, you know, you had the goal maybe to get an A or a 1 on your test and you did it and, you know, you were rewarded afterwards. Well, use that same concept for yourself. A lot of people don't do that. Oftentimes they think, it's not worth it, but it is. Helps you to feel good about yourself and to feel even more motivated. You remember those times when you know, did that grade or you got that award and you went out and you celebrated and you remember how you felt, that feeling of, oh man, I did it. Well, it's the same thing, you know, completing that goal and every little every little step you do and you complete it, reward yourself. And what do I mean by reward yourself? Heck, buy that dress that you've been wanting to get. Might not be the size that you can get into, but buy that size and the size that you know you want to get into, you know? That's what I do. Heck, I've even done stuff like I'll gain weight and I'll be on my bicycle or my indoor bike rider and it'll ask me to enter in the weight. And you know what? I'll put in the weight that I want to weigh instead of putting in my actual weight. And what does that do? That motivates me. Yes, it does. It motivates me. Yes, I know it's a bit of lying, but ask me if I care. Okay, guys, so now I'm going to use NC45. Oh, the color NC45 and Studio Fix Fluid. The SPF 15. That's my foundation. And again, I'm going to use it with my Beauty Blender. So guys, and I'm not no makeup artist either. So, okay, it's just disclaimer here. I'm not a professional. This is my way of doing makeup, and it works for me. Basically, you blend that in. Yes, spoil yourself. Go buy that dress. Go and treat yourself to that coffee at Starbucks. I don't know. You know, and not necessarily big gifts, but little gifts, little things. You know, go get that foot massage or go get your nails done. That's always fun. You know, those are little things that you can do, little gestures or little activities you can do for having fun. Okay, I know you're thinking, well, how am I going to do that? And I'm being quarantined. I can't go out. As in my case, I can't go out anywhere. I'm quarantined. We can go out, but we can go to the grocery store, can go to the doctors, to the dentist, and that's it. Well, that's okay. You know what I do when now that I'm quarantined? I'll go to the store, but I'll get some really nice smelling bubble bath, you know? And might be a little bit more expensive than the normal cheap bubble bath, which you normally would get. Those are little ways to spoil yourself. And another thing, maybe there's something online you want to order. Yeah, order it. You know, as long as it's not going to send you into bankruptcy, order it. Why not? Do it for you. Sometimes you have to put yourself first, you know, being a mother. You know, some of us are married. You have to do you. You have to put yourself first. Because remember, nobody else will, you know. And you feel awesome. I'm telling you, you feel so good afterwards, you know. Not only did you do something for yourself, but you also do something for your family, because you're going to make your family happy. They're going to see you happy and they're going to be happy. A lot of people think, oh, moms, they don't really mean a whole lot. Okay, they mean something, but they don't really mean a lot. That's not true, because if mama's not happy, or even the wife's not happy, then nobody's really happy, right? So that's why you got to do something for you and get your goals completed. Okay, guys, so I finished putting on my foundation and everything. Now I'm going to put my eyeshadow on, and I think I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's really pretty, very pink. This is one of my gifts that I spoiled myself with. I mean, I love makeup, so that's a way for me to spoil myself. And I don't buy the cheap stuff either. I buy good things. Why? Because I deserve it. And that's how you should feel too. You deserve it. Okay, so I'm going to use the color OG, Old Gangsta. And I'm going to use the brush 217 MAC. I can highly suggest that you should invest in some good brushes. And I really do like to use the MAC brushes, because I've had them forever, and they're just really good, and the makeup goes on really well. I had to say that, by the way. I'm not getting paid to say it, but I like MAC. I love their products. So, okay, next color I'm going to use is, gotta add a little pop to it. Oh, before I forget, I like to do my eyeliner. And my eyeliner is also from MAC, and it is the color Photograph. Looks like that. What's that color? It's a dark, dark brown. And I use this every single day because I like to have that smoky look, the smoky eye look. So I use that every single day. Yes, dear. So, yeah, spoil yourself. Do you get your goals accomplished? And have fun. Have fun accomplishing your goals. And please do not get depressed and all pessimist just because you're in quarantine. Don't worry about it. This is the perfect time to get things done. Think about it. You don't have to go out. You don't have to, yeah, of course you have to get up at a certain time, but you don't have the stress of doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. Yeah, you have a little bit of stress, but not really. You know, this is a time, this is kind of like a downtime. You know, the kids are being homeschooled. You don't have to go worry, you don't have to worry about running them to soccer practice or football or tennis or whatever. You're on downtime. So use the time wisely because this time too will pass. You know? An opportunity. If you see an opportunity, take it. Jump on it. Okay, so my next color I'm going to use is, I think I'm going to use Semza. That's this color here. That's a great color for everyday use. Not too much. I'm going to put that on my under eye, my bottom eye. You just need a little bit. Yes, take advantage of opportunities. If you see an opportunity, jump on it. That's another good point of getting goals accomplished. Take chances. You know, that's another one of those topics where people, when they see an opportunity, they get too much into their thought and think, what if, what happens? I don't know. Just do it. Jump on the opportunity. You know, you'll feel so much better. I promise you. Really. It's something I really try to practice every day in my little life. I really do. In spite of how difficult things might get, sometimes you gotta be a little bit selfish, you know, and think about you, you know, because as you see, as we all know, the train doesn't stop. It's gonna keep going and the time is gonna keep flying. So jump on that opportunity if it's there, you know. Okay, so I need a color for my inner corners to pop out. Well, first of all, let me do my eyeliner. And I like to use my Yves Saint Laurent Noir Minimal #1 Matte. And I love to do the wing look. I'm sure one day it'll play out, but until then I'm gonna wear it like there's no tomorrow. I just think it just adds something to the eye. For me, it's too plain if I just go out like that. I need to add, I've always got it. I love dramatic eyes. I think dramatic eyes just look so, yeah, sexy. They just make a statement, you know? Okay, so I'm gonna apply my wing eye. And it's easy. You start from here and you go up and you go over. And don't worry if you don't get it the first time with your wing eye. It's a practice thing. Took me a while. So I'm gonna do my wing eyes and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I did my wing eye. What you think, guys? I think this is a little bit more cut in and this one's a little bit more over. Let's see, I can fix that. So, it does the job. So, as you guys see, I have my little business jacket on. I have my business pants, and yes, I'm quarantined, but I still like to dress like I'm still going somewhere. I mean, why not? I still like to have this attitude that I am gonna go somewhere, and that's the attitude you have to have, especially after you create your goals. You know? Yes. Keep it up. Don't let yourself go during this time. That's so important, especially during these times, you know? Okay, so I'm going to use my blush, my favorite blush from NARS. So, and I'm not going to even pronounce the color. It's a French name, and I'm just terrible with French. But as you see, it's kind of like a burnt cherry, a little bit, no, not burgundy, but like a deep, dark reddish color. And I'm going to use my NARS brush. It's a very cool brush, actually. My blush brush, I call it. And basically, I like to put a little bit on my nose and put a little bit on my cheeks. I see a little mistake there, but I can clean that up. Oh, and I gotta put a little highlighter in my little corners. Forgot to do that. Let's see. I think I'm gonna try something from this guy from Urban Decay Heavy Metals. It's an older palette, came out a few years ago. See, I wouldn't mind having like a green color, like a green. I do have a green. They're all shimmer colors. Very pretty. Let's see. I think I will take a green. It's not really, it looks more like a blue. It's a bit of a green. I think I'm going to try out the color Amp. That's this guy here. I can play around and see how that looks. I'll put that in my inner corner. Kind of looks like that. I like to play around. Let me see, I want to fix this corner where I made the mistake. Gone. Gone. Gone with the wind. So. Something like Really, I love those little effects to the eyes. I like to add those little effects. Really says a lot, makes a statement. You know, get yourself, doll yourself up, spoil yourself. Take advantage, play around with some of the clothes that you have been letting sit in your closet. Put some outfits together, what you know, what you can, what you're gonna wear when you are finally able to go out again. You'll have your little outfits together for your new look or statement. Guess I said that right. Anyway, okay, so now I'm going to do my highlighter. And once again, I'm going to use, this time I think I'm going to use Fenty. The Fenty highlighter. And that's in the color Ginger Binge and Moscow Mule. And that's how it looks, and inside it looks like this. And in case you're wondering why I have the box, I keep all my products in their original box. I don't know, maybe it's a little bit of a tick. Gives me the feeling that I got something new, I don't know. But I like to keep everything in the box. So, and I'm gonna apply my highlighter with the MAC brush 120S. Very simple, not too over dramatic, the makeup. And every day. And the eyes are making a statement. Okay, so now I'm going to apply my Remy lashes in the number 778. So I'm gonna apply those with my lash tweezers. And they kind of look like this. They're long. So I'm gonna apply those, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I finished applying my eyelashes. And before, I forgot to mention that before applying my eyelashes, I used Climax Extreme from NARS to give me some volume for my eyelash, for my own eyelashes. And then afterwards, I applied the Ardell eyelashes in the number 778. And as you see, it really gives your eyes a pow look. You can really be flirty with your eyes. So last but not least, I'm going to apply my lipstick. So I think I'm going to take the color. I'm gonna go for a nude look. I think I'm gonna take Urban Decay in the color 1993. Oh my goodness. What was I doing in 1993? What did I do in 93? I think I had moved to Miami. Yes. I did a real crazy thing, and I moved to Miami with this guy who I was dating, and he asked me to come to Miami. And I was like, okay. And that was so crazy. It was one of those things where I just did it spontaneous. It's funny though, because when you're younger, you know, you just do things. You don't put a lot of thought into it. At least most young people. I mean, there's some who are extremely responsible and would never do that. But I personally think, I think it's okay to be that way, but I also think you miss out on something in life, you know? I think everybody needs to do something crazy and not have to feel regret afterwards, you know? Because you only live life once, you know? But however, that's what I did in 93. I made the crazy move and moved to Miami. I didn't stay there long. I think I stayed there for 2 or 3 months. One day I'm going to share that story. That was funny. It was funny, but it wasn't funny. Okay. So, that didn't really come out as a nude, but it works as an everyday lipstick. So, again, that was Vice. That was liquid lipstick Vice from Urban Decay. And I think it's one of those colors that they always carry, so you should be able to find it again. And that's the color 1993. And it's a bit of a nude matte look. So, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed our talk, and I hope to see you again. Please like and subscribe to my video. Yay! By the way, guys, this is my third video. And yeah, I had to take my own advice. I had to just start it and do it because I too was procrastinating about making a YouTube video. I had so many excuses, and yeah, I'm doing it now. So I hope you will take some notes, and I hope you will also just get started. And, you know, like I said, the best thing or the hardest thing is just to get started. But once you get started, it's like that rock rolling down the hill. It's going to be kind of hard to stop unless you put a blocker in. And those blockers can be people who aren't really supposed to be in your life, or who are supposed to know what your dreams are or whatever. So try not to put no blockers in the way. Keep your secrets and your success to yourself. Either way, thanks for joining me, and take care and see you next time. Bye.